Oh, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just away to recycling centre with a wheelbarrow load of granite. I'm just going to have a little tidy up this morning, get rid of some of the soil. And this is what I found this morning. So I now have a river. So it's rained non-stop overnight. So I'll be putting my wellies on this morning and carry on digging out. And just when you think you're winning the war on water, this is about 400 mil at least. This is just overnight as well. So today's plan will be to try and drain some of this water away so I can turn my attention to the greenhouse siding. Well, I've given the bottom a good dredge using the Matic chisel bar and rake. I'm just raking the material this way, and see how close that is to the top of my welly there. So yeah, it's just, I've filled a bucket here of the dredging. So this end's twice the depth of this end. So I'll just see if the dredging has had any effect. See any dry section over there. So yeah, I'll come back in an hour and I'll see if the dredging's had any effect. I'll move the tools so they don't get rusty. Yeah, quite shocked to how much water has accumulated overnight. Like I say, it didn't stop raining yesterday and last night. And there's way over 600 mil of water in this section here. Quite scary considering, you know, only last week it was dry as a bone in here. Well, I'll come back in an hour and see if that's had any effect. Here's another angle of the soil I dredged out there. Had to put the ladder in to escape. At the minute, it seems to be getting deeper, which is a little concerning. While I hope the water drains away, I'm just measuring this side of the greenhouse. So the length is, no, it's 380 mil, but what I'll be doing is putting in a piece of CLS timber. I'll try not to drop this tape measure in the water, which I have a habit of doing. So yeah, I intend to, much like this piece, this is just a trial piece, just to run a whole length across the bottom, tie the siding in there. Should probably be a 3,700 mil along there, and then I'll run another one at the bottom of here all the way along again, and then I'll clad the bottom of the greenhouse there. Once that's done, I can put a frame along here, and then that frame will be the base of the kind of greenhouse floor and the ceiling of the root cellar. So I've actually got that timber already. It's I'll give you a little sneak peek of that. So I'm not sure I've shown you in my garage yet, it's a complete mess. But these are the larch, these are nice and thick. I think they're 2.5 inch thick larch. And I've got 10 of these, nice solid. So they'll be the flooring of the greenhouse and the ceiling of the root cellar. I'm yet to get the side cladding of the greenhouse. I'll probably do it in larch again. I'll just be on the lookout for larch but thinner than that, I'd probably be only looking at 1 inch, 1.5 inch thickness. These are thick, so they'll be suitable for the flooring and the ceiling. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the minute, just having a measure up. I'll get I've got the CLS timber waiting. I've got 4 meter length, so I've got about 200 mil spare, so I'm sure I'll make use of that. Yeah, so I'll give you an update once I've got those CLS cut. Okay, so that's the first piece of the CLS timber coming in now. So that's just over 3,700 mil. That'll be the bottom brace of the greenhouse siding. I'm just gonna slide her into place now, give the panels a little wiggle and then screw it in. You ever wish you had another pair of hands? Oh, today's that day. So I've decided to, instead of cut it into 2 pieces, just go for 1 long piece of timber, just for the extra strength. Also keeping it quite a snug fit. There we go, first piece in. There you go, so that's the first piece just kind of wedged in for now. I'll screw the bottom of the greenhouse onto this, get it level, get it all screwed in and secure. I'm going to lower it a tad because there's still some room there. I could lower it, but it's this end hit down in that corner. I need to dig out a bit. Get it nice and level. That'll be another job ticked off. Happy days. Okay, that's the bottom one all cut to size and wedged in. I'm just using the mallet to level her off a bit because she's a bit out of plumb. But I've got to the height I want it. I just wanted it just below this paving slab here. So I'll go grab a mallet. And we just touch it down until it's level. Right, that's pretty good that side. What I'll shoot round the back of the greenhouse and screw her in. So you join me at the back of the greenhouse. And this is the CLS timber here at the bottom. I'm just screwing in now. Got the level the other side so I can see I'm still level. Now a little trick that some of you might know, but I find quite helpful. When I'm working with timber, I use a Makita driver. Okay, I've got these wood screws here, which I think 2-inch wood screws. Now what I like to do is spray the screws with WD-40 and they'll drive in, you know, like a knife through hot butter. It's a good tip. So with the hammer drill, you don't have to worry about pilot holes. You know, I'm filming this with one hand and with my other hand I can just sink her in there. Guess I'm just lining up the top rail. I've not quite got her into place yet. I'm just deciding how high I want this rail. Don't forget this bottom rail here will be the floor. That'll be floor level. And this rail here will have a shelf across it for my plants. It'll be clad at the bottom here, make it extra stealthy. And then this is just temporary bit of bracing here. This here will be the, well, where the light will come through. And I'll have a whole glass door here as well. Yes, I'm just deciding how high I want this rail here. I did have in mind about 1 meter, so I'll have a think. So with the offcuts, I'm putting in supports, kind of lateral supports for the railing. So the difference between the height of the two rails is 96 centimeters. So yeah, just almost what I was aiming for was 1 meter. So I'll just get these cut now. Okay, that's now both rails screwed in. So they're screwed in onto this post here, screwed in onto this post here, and screwed in onto this post here. And what I'll do now is I'll just attach the greenhouse siding onto the actual beams, and that will tie it all in. And what I intend to do is clad the bottom half here on the inside and the outside in larch and put a shelf on the inside. That'll look nice. I need to add some guttering along the top here. Happy days. So I'm using these 20mm hexagonal screws to tie the glass into the well, I say glass, it's plastic, to drive that into the all the way along into the rails there. These have got a little seal on so it won't tear the plastic. Okay, that's the top layer of screws in. May have gone a bit overboard, but I'm needing the strength because it's quite exposed here, exposed to the wind. Nice and level. Like I say, you won't see these screws anyway because the bottom will be clad in larch. So yeah, it's really solid now. I'm really pleased. There's no give in these whatsoever. So onto the bottom. Don't know if you can see that, but that's inside the bunker. Better cover that up. Much Okay, so that's the end of my efforts today. That's both rails in. That's what I set out to do today. So they're secured onto these 3 posts here, here and here. And then I've screwed the siding of the greenhouse onto both of the rails. Like I say, I'm going to clad the bottom on the inside and outside in larch and make a shelf on the top here, running along the back there and here. And then I'll put the flooring in, which will be attached to this timber here. I'll run a timber frame across around the edge, put the flooring in, and run my electrics down. So I'll have electrics when I start to tunnel. So I've given this 4 hours, and water doesn't seem to have gone down. This is a shame, but not the end of the world, because today's goal was the siding of the greenhouse. So I'll just show you now how secure it is. So before any strong breeze, and it would flap about, but it's absolutely solid now. Just check crystal level. Spotty dog. So yeah, it's just a bit here that it's not quite aligned. There's a couple of mil gap there, but it's not the end of the world. Once I clad it, you know, that'll tie in nicely. These offcuts here are just in temporary, just to hold it up. Yeah, pretty successful. I'm going to have a tidy up of the tools and bits of timber now, and before I go, actually, I'm just going to show you a tool that must have arrived when I was doing the greenhouse siding, and here she is. Mini shovel. I mean, this thing is tiny, but you know, ideal for digging down in here. It really is tiny. But yeah, I think this will be a game changer for my. Just to give you an idea how small the shovel is, look at it compared to my spade there. That's my tools all the way tidy. These boards make a nice bench to store all my tools so I don't lose anything.